Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Law & Order Legacy. Now, what should happen video game wise when I click continue is the serial killers, both of them, should go to jail for life, if not worse, if not death sentences, which I'm not even sure that New York State is a death sentence state, honestly. But storyline wise, it would kind of make sense if one of the people didn't get thrown in jail. It wouldn't even be super surprising if one of the people makes it almost scot-free and then they end up at the end of the last episode here. That is also a possibility, and it could have been either character, and that could be the major twist in this episodic thing. There's some weirdness in this game and how much it's a reaction to Jurassic Park, where in Jurassic Park there were many QuickTime events that were nearly impossible, and you were given a score for how well you did these nearly impossible things if you could do them at all. Here you're getting a score, but there's no QuickTime events at all, and they're all seemingly possible. The closest thing that is actual, like a gameplay mechanic, is getting the score to the court here, getting these points, and that's extremely limited because it maxes out at 100.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Mr. Gondapur?
The defense rests, Your Honor.
The jury is to retire for deliberations. I'll send along jury instructions shortly. Court adjourned. Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Please read the verdict as it stands recorded.
In regards to Mr. Jackson, as to counts 1 through 8, homicide in the first degree, guilty.
No, please, no.
Quiet. Please, proceed.
In regards to Mr. Gondapur, as to counts 1 through 8, homicide in the first degree, guilty.
So we got guilty on both of them.
By this time tomorrow, I'll have the best law firm in Manhattan working overtime on my appeal.
I might do some comparison shopping if I were you. Your board of directors voted to have you removed.
There's a whole line of information that he shouldn't know.
Let alone two. I was sure Gondapur would walk.
Gee, thanks.
Nice to see that the super rich are still held to the same standards of justice as the rest of us, once in a while.
At least until his appeal.
To the rest of us.
Is that what I think it is?
Briscoe's Little Black Book of Unsolved Cases.
How did you... Right. I don't want to know. Hold on. Frank Vincenzo Jr. I recognize that one.
Do tell.
He was a tenant in the apartment building where that Glock 17 was found.
Got a forwarding?
According to this, he's still a tenant.
Is this
Thank
the
God for
same
rent
gun that appeared at the end of the first episode, or is this a different gun? Again, the writing's so bad, the programming is not great, it's not crashing, I'll give them that much. The animation is barely existent. Choreography, I mean, I could go through every single element here, and there's nothing in this game that you should be proud of enough, so I'm just gonna skip the credits and let's just try to get through this. I'm having a really hard time getting through this game. It is not my cup of tea. Mostly because of the law and order elements, honestly. Not even... the game is nothing, but if this was a nothing game about a fantasy court case, I would probably be a lot more interested. If this was Star Wars or Star Trek, I'd probably be glued to the screen, but just since it's regular real-world stuff, it's boring. We offered a plea. Well, we were offered a plea, but we didn't take it on that one. So here we have Nobody's Child, and we're going back in time. On New Year's Eve 1999, the battered body of a boy is discovered in an alley. The investigation reveals a case of shocking abuse along with criminal indifference in high places. I wonder if it's a case of they're actually in the 1999 Law and Order episodes, which I suspect that they were airing episodes in 1999, and they still are probably airing them. What would it be now? 18 years later? Yeah. I wonder if there was a series of killings that happened that they never really got around to and never really solved, and so in this game we're solving it. Either way, I just want to be done with this. Wow. And see, this feels like even episode 7 is its own thing. It's not a short thing. I guess this also goes to prove that they learned their lesson. We've never seen more than 5 episodes in a Telltale game, except for Minecraft Story Mode, which had 3 episodes added, and those 3 episodes were terrible and panned. So I think for the most part, Telltale learned their lessons to limit it to 5 episodes at most.
What? It's not like you're gonna use it. What do you expect me to do? Cry over your little broken body? Call the cops? It's not like they're gonna give 2 craps. Not with everything else that's going down the line. Okay, damn it. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, well, I had to put on my face. I wanted to look my best for the big party.
Midnight.
And so they look a little bit
Welcome
younger.
to the new millennium.
Looks a lot like the old millennium.
It's a little gross and offensive to animate a bloody dead child's body, but whatever. I guess in a lot of ways Telltale started to adopt a slight fetish for putting children in danger and killing them. When you think about The Walking Dead, where it's gone with that, and
she got called away. Assistant should be here with the body bag anytime.
I'm not sure if there's any more proof to that fact.
Some city we live in, huh? Severe internal hemorrhaging, broken radius, multiple contusions.
It's surprising
with a baseball bat?
that
something with a sharper edge. Check out the gash across
this
his
was
scalp.
right before Walking
He's also
Dead.
got a burn mark on his hand, definitely from a taser, and definitely fresh.
Like,
time of death?
There was
probably
way too much
Body's pretty
progress
stiff.
between
No
the 2
ID,
games.
Nothing in his pockets. See the ring around the top of his head where his hair is plastered down?
Hat hair. He was wearing a cap earlier today. I've heard of kids getting killed for their shoes, but their hats? What about the bag?
Empty.
Why would he be holding an empty bag?
Hey, detectives. I caught this guy hanging around outside the alley. Elijah the Prophet.
You know him?
Sure. Picked him up at 5 for disturbing the peace. Found him standing on his shopping cart outside the Schubert, ranting about Y2K.
I was just telling the people what the puppet masters don't want them to know.
I suppose the history of Telltale is a company that can make games moderately well. Not greatly, and not up to modern standards, really. But they seem to be able to trick people into thinking they can. But there is a vast difference, apparently, in how much they care in projects. Some projects get abandoned, unfinished, like Bone. And some projects go for 3 seasons, like The Walking Dead. Some are really good, some are not so good.
Why don't you tell
But let's
me
focus
what
on
you
this
know
game
about the dead kid over
and try to just
I'm
rush
the
through
one
all
who
this.
reported the murder, okay? I'm the good guy here.
Yeah? Well, before I put in for your good citizenship award, you gotta tell me, what did you take from the body?
What? Do I look like a grave robber? I didn't take nothing.
Can Briscoe refute that? Sure. Let's just rush. Just trying to rush through all of this. I'm just reading to myself all the options.
It shrank in the wash.
Or maybe you swiped it off the kid.
All right, all right. He was through using it, wasn't he? Now let me go. I gotta get over to the Lincoln Tunnel and go protect my stockpile from looters.
Let's ask about Y2K.
Listen, Elijah, I know you're a prophet, and I'm just a cop, but take it from me, this Y2K bug is a bunch of BS.
That's what you
Pretty much it was.
stooges want us to think. But I'm not one of your gullible plebes. I read.
Well, there's your problem.
And I'll tell you another thing. After your computer-controlled police state comes crashing down, I'll be equipped to survive.
In the style to which you've grown accustomed, no doubt.
Found the red herring. Wasted times.
I want you to turn over everything you took off the kid. Now.
I'm homeless, officer. Everything I own is on me. So go ahead, search.
Yes? No.
I seem to recall you saying something about a stock.
Oops.
Nobody
I forgot
gets
about
near
that.
my stockpile. I'm a citizen. I got a constitutional right to my stuff. It's there in the Fourth Amendment, pig.
I'll have to read it sometime. But meanwhile, you're still the most likely suspect.
That's not what it means at all.
Okay, buddy, tell the truth. Did you do this?
Kill the kid, you mean? You think I killed the kid and then turned around and reported it? Do I look crazy?
For a second there, I thought he was going to actually ask me.
So, where were you at 8 o'clock this evening?
Enjoying the hospitality of the 5th Precinct. I was in the holding tank.
Yes. Because the cop just said that. And what's interesting is we do have a officer, plain uniformed officer here. Not a detective. And I've been saying up to this point, there really could have been many instances where a uniformed officer could have found somebody and brought them into the police department to do interviews. It would have cost them less time making these pretty cheaply made backgrounds. It would have made more sense. It would have caused there to be less scene changes. And now they start doing it. So I guess I was right, and they eventually figured it out. Let's see, why what? Beat cop arrest mentions it.
That true?
Yeah, he was released about 8:30.
Yeah, I guess that clears you.
Is it time to put the screws to the prophet Elijah? What does that actually mean, though? Is it the time to torture him, or is it the time to threaten him, or is it the time to make him nervous? Or I'm just gonna say no. And I was wrong about that.
Look, I can take you down to the station right now and let the jackbooted thugs work you over, or you can take me to your stockpile. Which is it gonna be?
I'm not
I hate these shows that
Come the stroke of midnight, your police state's gonna
glorify
collapse
and
like a rotten
tacitly agree with police brutality. What did he just say? I'm not even paying attention. Come the stroke of midnight, the police are just gonna collapse. Can you prove that he's mistaken? Yes. The stroke of midnight already happened. This is so
I hate
dumb.
to burst your bubble, Mr. Prophet, but it's already after midnight.
Huh? I should have known it would be off. Stupid tourist junk. But I don't get it. The system's supposed to be crashing. How come the streetlights are still on?
The
We
trick
have this,
to that,
super secret emergency backup system.
Damn you guys. You think of everything.
is the
Could call
technology
station
wasn't
and
that
have them charge up the
complicated.
cattle prods?
No, that won't be necessary. Follow me. There's my stockpile.
Y2K did
From a
affect
kid's bag
some
with a bubble on
servers.
top.
Fosse program, Annie get your gun sweatshirt, cabaret mugs, 1 ticket to Aida. Hey, a credit card receipt.
Yeah, that ought to get us somewhere.
And let's just rush forward, since we've literally got nowhere.
And the credit card people told you right where I was staying?
They had a record of the hotel charge, Mrs. Tallis, and the hotel confirmed you're booked through the end of the week.
Amazing. You managed to recover my stolen bag when I didn't even report the crime.
That's the networked world for you.
And here I thought all the networks were going to be down today.
For God's sake.
We're investigating the murder of the thief, and we'd like to ask you
Some
a few
servers
questions, if
actually
that's okay.
did get taken down on
course.
Y2K and
As
then
long
brought
as I
back
don't miss
up.
curtain time. We're catching
just to
Dave
make
Edmund
sure.
tonight.
Here's a photo of the merchandise we recovered from the shopping cart. Do you see everything that was in your bag?
I think so, yes. Aha! So that's where my ticket to Aida went. I emptied out my handbag looking for that son of a gun. Had to miss the... Wait. Statue of Liberty.
Come again?
There was a model of the Statue of Liberty, about yay high. It had a marble base with a clock in it.
That sounds truthful, because we saw a clock thing. Prophet Elijah said he was saving one item as his commission. Prophet Elijah had a marble base with a clock attached. Let's just get through all this. Oh man, I'm really only have complaints.
Can you tell us where the bag was stolen?
This is going too
It was
long.
on 42nd Street, about 4:30. I was just coming from the half-price ticket booth, very pleased with myself. I'd managed to snag the very last ticket to a preview of Aida. I felt a tug, and before I knew what was what, there he was.
The thing is,
zipping away with
I
my gun.
imagine there
able to
is
ID.
somebody who could be
I'm
enjoying
afraid
this
I
right
didn't
now.
see his face.
But they
just
would
his
have to
backside.
love the story and be able to, and just be able to ignore how bland and simple this game is. Now, fans of Law and Order might not have played very many video games. This might be right up their alley as something simple and easy. I can't believe that any game like this should be made or would have ever been made, but thinking back to 20, 30 years ago, a lot of games were way simpler than this. How do I know? Let's see. We'll just click that. Just move on.
What brought you to New York?
The Millennium, of course.
It's not the Millennium back in St. Louis?
Well, of course. But this is where the action is. My friends and I are part of a theater society, the Looky-Loos. We make a Broadway trek once a year, usually in the fall. But this time around, we decided to wait a bit, so we could be part of all the fun in Times Square.
It's not fun in Times Square on New Year's Eve, by the way. It's a waste of effort. Let's go.
How was the big party in Times Square?
Fabulous. Everything I could have wished. Were you there?
No,
It's freezing cold.
Such a pity.
From what I
My
hear,
friends
you're
and I managed to
crowded.
push our way
There's
in front of the
super
cameras.
tight
I even
security.
reached out and touched Dick Clark's toupee.
Something to tell the grandkids about.
I think we're drifting off topic.
That's not even true, by the way. The Dick Clark one is recorded before New Year's Eve. It's all pre-recorded stuff. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he did it live in 1999, though. But also, how many people would really know that? But several of the New Year's Eve events of dropping the ball in Times Square is pre-recorded from months earlier and then edited and rebroadcast.
How come you didn't report the crime?
Well, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. I'm sure the police had their hands full just keeping the peace.
So it was a courtesy to us?
Well, that and, you know, I'm flying back to St. Louis tonight, and what can I say? I guess I just chalked it up as a loss.
Is her story consistent? Nope. Because she's here till the end of the week. I just guessed there.
Leaving tonight. You're cutting the trip short?
I thought you were seeing Dame Edna.
Oh, that's right. Today's only Tuesday. You see? You've got me all flustered.
Mrs. Tallis, where were you at 8 o'clock last night?
Was that the time of the murder? Are you asking me for my alibi?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. This is just like that TV show. Wait till the girls hear about this.
Mrs. Tallis.
I was at Aida, of course, with the other looky-loo ladies.
Yes, let's challenge that. The ticket was one of the things stolen, so how could she have been there?
Wasn't your ticket one of the things that was stolen?
Yes, and it was the last one available. You caught me, detectives. Truth is, since I couldn't get in, I ended up killing time. Just milling about with the New Year's crowds. I was waiting for the show to be over so I could meet up with the group and hear about it. I don't think it's going to run long.
New topics revealed. Describe the theft.
Did you get a good look at the thief?
Oh, not really. It all happened so fast.
Try to remember. You may have been the last person to see him alive.
Oh dear. He was just a boy, poor thing. Brown hair. I think he was wearing a sports jersey of some sort. It had a logo on the front of, you know, that team that plays the game with the ball.
Let's say yes.
You saw the logo on the boy's jersey while he was running away?
Oh, well, no, what I mean is, I recognize the team colors.
Which are?
You know, green and gold.
What are you not telling us, Mrs. Tallis?
Well, I suppose I did see a bit more of the boy than I let on. I got into a bit of a tussle with him before he got away.
Did this woman actually kill the kid?
What makes you think Aida isn't going to run?
My friend Gloria Hempel told me it wasn't up to the standard of Sir Elton's earlier work. And she has excellent judgment.
Is Aida
she fell asleep
supposed to be
Steel Pier and it closed
Evita? Or is there a real play called Aida?
You got into a tussle.
I'm not entirely naive, you know. I'm well aware how rough the streets of Manhattan can be, especially on New Year's Eve. Let's just say I came prepared.
She tased him.
I feel just awful about it now, knowing what happened to the boy, you know, after. But, well, it was the instinct of self-preservation kicking in.
Well, from the looks of it, your instincts are quite healthy, Mrs. Tallis. Did you go after the thief with any of these weapons?
Of course not. He was just a child. I'd never risk hurting a child.
No. I don't believe her. See, now my worry here is that even though I've gotten all of these things...
Did you? Yes, I suppose I may have tased him. Not badly, mind you. Just a little mini tase. Enough to knock him down. Then I grabbed from my bag and we tussled.
I don't think tasers are safe to use on children. I don't think tasers are safe to use on adults. Like... She's hiding a lot. See, I've gotten all the stars, but if I get one strike, do I have to replay the whole thing, or will it just go forward?
Mrs. Tallis, how would you like front row tickets to a new drama? It's playing down at the Manhattan Criminal Court building.
Now, wait a minute, Detective. You don't seriously think...
But you're holding something back? Yes. So why don't you hand it over?
It's the boy's backpack. I pulled it off him when we were, you know...
Tussling.
Right. I said to him, give me my bag and I'll give you yours. But he just took off without it. I guess he was scared.
And why didn't you tell us this at the start?
Take a look inside. You'll see his trinkets are considerably more valuable than mine. I figured I got the better deal in the exchange. And it would have made such a great punchline to my story.
So somebody tried to rob you, and you robbed them, and you assaulted them. And the person that tried to rob you was a boy. That's not going to stand up well in case.
We got here.
In court.
Looks like a victim had a busy day.
Yeah, but is any of this stuff going to get us closer to an ID?
Circle objects to select them and grab them. Click on theirs to navigate the scene. Select the magnifying lens. We're looking for a comic digest, personal item, illegal substance, and a ticket. Alright. Comic digest. What is this comic?
Check it out. Little Gloomy Comics Digest.
What's the resale value on that, do you think?
Interesting. What is this? Personal item, illegal substance, ticket.
And March handbag. Deborah would kill for one of these. Not that she's ever going to get one on my salary.
And then a ticket.
Top of the world ticket. Time stamped 2 o'clock on the 25th.
So his mom took him to the top of the World Trade Center for Christmas?
Or maybe he took himself up, so he could collect his own Christmas presents from all the tourists while they were busy gawking out the window.
You're a cynic, Curtis, but you're probably right.
And so we're left with personal item and illegal substance. And see, either there's something in the bag we haven't seen, or let's take this.
Giles Breton's passion juice. I don't even want to take a whiff of that.
Is that a personal item?
Look at this, look at this.
It's gonna be what, 3 grams of crack?
No, I think it's methamphetamine.
Times are changing. Think the kid smoked it?
More likely he was transporting it for somebody.
So, is this
What's
a
playing
CD
on the
player?
disc? Ricky Martin. That's what comes of living La Vida Loca. You don't notice the sneak thieves.
Perhaps this?
Wonder Woman, where are you?
If the kid drew that, he's pretty good. A cry for help?
To a superhero? He could at least learn how to spell Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I bet there's somebody named Wanda.
What's that?
Voucher for a free lunch at the 9th Avenue Community Center.
And it's from a child welfare agency. Good Shepherd. Turn it over.
Bingo.
Aaron Bauer.
Well, excellent work apparently. We got 3 bonuses. How did you get any bonuses in that? Oh, because I took 7 guesses and the target was 10. But the bonuses here don't seem to add to anything else. Honestly, I should care more about this story, but boy, do I not. Man, this is gonna kind of suck for the rest of the series, I can tell you already. I shouldn't say that. I still want people to watch my episodes, but like, if you were to walk right now and just skip to the final episode, I don't think much is gonna be that different. True, now that The Walking Dead was sort of the same too. And I am very burned out, and that's why I'm not very much interested in playing Guardians of the Galaxy or the Batman Telltale game, because they've done the same thing over and over again. I'm bored of it. Particularly since I've played almost all of their games in about 2 years. The Walking Dead worked fine as a first attempt at something like this, and if you had only played the Walking Dead series and none of the other Telltale games, you'd probably be fine. But once you start doing several other of their series, once you do Minecraft Story Mode, The Wolf Among Us, you've hit a saturation point, and I am now oversaturated in this gameplay style. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.